Alright guys, how's it going? Just wanted to go ahead throw up a quick vlog about everything going on with SpectateFaker. Um, just to get you guys up to speed if you don't know what's going on, Faker is signed with Azubu, exclusive streaming rights. They were negotiated. It's actually between a deal with Kespa and Azubu that Faker is kind of forced or obligated to stream onto Azubu TV, and that's the only place that he can go ahead and stream. So yeah, then now there is a Twitch channel that goes ahead through op.gg to go ahead and I think it's a bot that goes ahead and streams all of Faker's solo queue games or just any kind of game he's in through the Spectate client on op.gg. And of course that is public information that you can go ahead and reach through any kind of League of Legends client. Any League of Legends user can go ahead and grab that. So it's pretty much public domain or public viewing if you want to go ahead and look at it that way. And so Azubu put like a cease and desist onto the channel. The channel was taken down, and then people realized that no, Azubu doesn't actually own the rights to those games. They can't actually shut it down because it's a public, it's sort of a public domain sort of a thing. They don't own the rights to that game. They own the rights to Faker streaming. So himself streaming the matches, his face, his voice, being on camera, his interaction with the chat, stuff like that. That is what Azubu does control. But the games themselves, Azubu actually has no hand in and can't really control or have anything to do with. Then today, Riot came out. Mark Merrill specifically came out and said that they are shutting down the channel due to the they want to prevent e-stalking, and so electronic stalking with specifically picking players and following players around and things like that. And so that's where a lot of the debate's coming from. We haven't gotten an official word from Faker yet. Mark Merrill does say that Faker doesn't want the stream up anymore, and he's against the stream. No official word from Faker. Once again, that's something that we're all kind of waiting for. So just kind of my thoughts on the matter. I'm completely on the side of SpectateFaker on this one. I understand why Azubu's a little bit angry. I mean, they did pay a lot of money for that Kespa partnership, and I understand that that's something that they work really hard on and something that they're sort of hoping brings them into prominence in terms of the Twitch competitors, so to speak. I mean, they are the closest thing quite to a competitor that Twitch has, but it's still not doing very well. It's something that's kind of a running joke within the community of all the communities, not just League of Legends, but Hearthstone and Dota and StarCraft 2 and all the communities as well. Just sort of a joke compared to Twitch. Sort of an inside community joke that you're gonna end up streaming on Azubu if you don't, stream on Twitch, kind of a thing. But yeah, it's I don't. It's sort of the idea of like the NBA. If LeBron James and Kobe Bryant went to a public basketball court to go ahead and play a game, and the NBA negotiated with Kobe and LeBron to go ahead and record this game and have interviews with LeBron and talk to LeBron about the game, sure, yeah, that's awesome. You can go ahead, they record that. But again, it's in a public setting. Anyone can walk by that park, and I can take a video of them playing on my phone. And the NBA actually can't do anything to stop me because that is in a public location that they don't really own. The only one that can go ahead and stop me is, the people that own the park. And things like that, or maybe the city government, something like that. You get the example. So Riot's really the only one that can shut down sort of the SpectateFaker stream. And this idea of e-stalking or like, picking a specific player and following that player around without their consent, I think that's really sort of hypocritical of Riot. Riot does have, or it's built into the client. Like, you can spectate anyone you want, like, as long as you have, if they're on your friends list, or even if they're not on op.gg or anything like that, if you get their information, you can go ahead and stream any kind of game. It's built into their API. You can stream any game you like to go ahead and watch and spectate the game. They even have the in the bottom right-hand corner of the main menu of the League of Legends client, they have this box that goes ahead and streams the top solo queue games in the ladder right now, and that's certainly these players haven't given consent to go ahead and allow them to be used there as well. So I think that Riot's kind of picking and choosing when they want to go ahead and stand up for the player rights, so to speak, that they have. And I don't think that's necessarily right. I think if you want to go ahead and do it for all players. Give us the option to go ahead and maybe turn off spectator if you don't want that to happen. Things like that, and make it a little easier to go ahead and sort of defend ourselves or sort of speak up for our own rights in that way. Or just if you want to go ahead and go ahead and speak up for player rights, give us the option, or just take away the spectator client entirely. Like it's a tricky situation for Riot, I understand, but I don't think it's necessarily fair to go ahead and pick this one stream out of context when you're going ahead and offering kind of being able to spectate games of all players, and even going ahead and promoting them on the main channel of the client. Now, with that being said, if they are going ahead and wanting to go and really promote player rights and things like that, then should a company like KESPA or an organization like KESPA be really in charge or allowed to go ahead and negotiate on behalf of all of these players? I don't necessarily think so. It's like if LeBron can go ahead and sign with Nike or Jordan or Under Armour or whatever. He makes his own sponsorships. He makes his own deals because that's individually him, LeBron, as a person, making a deal for his own career and things like that. Of course, he is tied to the NBA and things that the NBA does, or maybe something like that. But anything that he individually has to do on his own, in terms of sponsorships or anything like that, does come straight from him. And so Azubu signing a deal with KESPA, and sort of the players not really having a say in whether or not they want to go ahead and join up with Azubu, is something that isn't really for player rights now, is it? And so I think the community and everyone involved is sort of a little wary, just because it is Azubu and KESPA, two organizations that do have sort of a shady past and sort of a reputation for shady things. Azubu with the money laundering things a couple years ago. All I know, I think they have cleaned up their act from what I've heard. I know a lot of people within that organization that I really do trust and really respect their opinions. But again, it's something that you're never really going to get away from the stigmatism that Azubu name does have after all the money laundering stuff going on there, as well as going on moving forward with Azubu or with KESPA, an organization that has long esports reputation of a very shady past. So yeah. So some food for thought, something that I was going ahead and thinking about throughout the entire day. I'll probably do an update when we have a little bit more information, but yeah, that's all the thoughts for now, guys. Hopefully you guys can go ahead and tweet me, and maybe we can talk about it on Twitter. Go ahead, tweet me at KidLiquid, or post a comment here. We can talk about it a little bit more, but yeah, have a good day.